You got a fight coming up, right? In what is it next week?
Yeah, next Friday.
Next Friday, okay. Um, you are so I see you have a belt. Talk to me about the belt. I've seen a lot of different people have that belt. What's that belt? I know that you work with overtime as well, right?
Yeah.
So can you speak a little bit upon how the professional, how you entered the professional rankings and stuff like that, and promotionships, how you got signed, and that part of your story.
Well, like I said, I was the first from Oklahoma to make the trials or whatnot. So after the trials, I could have did a better job at really marketing myself as far as the before I turned professional.
You think
But
that tank sparring was one of the better marketing pieces that
yeah, that honestly, when that came about, I felt like I had to do that to an extent. I mean, because honestly, I was never really that type to put stuff out like that, to be honest. But at the same time, I had to really look at the game and how it was. I mean, Tank and Devin Haney, they was doing it all the time, and I was looking at how popular they was getting, and so at one point in time, I really had to get out my head, and I was just like, bro, I gotta make some noise. I gotta start popping it somehow because I was getting overlooked. Nobody wanted to fight me. I mean, nobody. I'm calling out top contender, top prospect after top prospect. They nobody want no smoke. And ultimately, closed mouths don't get fed in this sport. So I had to do what I had to do. And at the same time, even when I put it out, I did want to make sure that it didn't come across as negative. You know what I'm saying? Like I never threw salt on bro or never like tried to disrespect him in any way. He took it how he took it, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I ain't stressing it. At the end of the day, if dude wanna make something happen with it, let's do it. Like I fear no man, and I'm always ready. But I mean, end of the day, besides that,
but
um,
what weight class do you campaign at anyway for the
right
people?
now, 122, super bantamweight.
So you're 122 and you're out here, working with Tank and possibly even wanting to fight Tank. Um, but let's get into like, your story. I hopefully we excited people about that, but we'll get into that a little bit more in depth. Getting into like promotional statuses and stuff like that. How you got into
Oh
overtime.
yeah, but
Did
pretty
you work
much
with
it
anybody else
was.
before that?
No, yeah, yeah. I was actually signed to Lou DeBella at one point, but
Okay.
pretty much basically what happened. Like I said, I was doing my thing. I was 8-0, 7 knockouts at one point. Then I had my first big fight. Real quick. One thing about me was that I was actually probably one of the first fighters. Like people. I feel like a lot of people they complain about it now, but kind of like they pick and choose with their favorite fighters. But basically, as far as the weight stuff goes, like me, I fought at my natural weight. I had no knowledge of cutting weight and all that. Like I'm from Oklahoma City. We're not a big state. It was really just me and my dad. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really know too much for real. So
So
I,
elaborate. Talk about the weight. Talk about how
yeah,
much you were weighing.
that's what I'm saying. I was walking around about probably like 142. You know what I'm saying? And then I would fight at like 35 and 30. You know what I'm saying? So obviously a lot of these bigger guys, they cut down from 55 and 60, you know what I'm saying, to fight to get to 35 or whatnot. So anyway, I fought when I fought Gio Cabrera, that which was my first
Giovanni?
loss, who fought Pitbull Cruz.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's basically one of those instances. He didn't make weight for the fight. I came in about 3 or 4 pounds underweight. You know what I'm saying? And we still fought a good fight. To this day, he told me I was one of his toughest fights. But at the end of the day, I was just too small. So that was kind of what initiated my me going down. And then my second loss kind of came from really just personal problems. And that's when I went through my divorce and whatnot. So obviously you're not focused outside the ring. You can't be focused inside of it. So just I had to go through my bumps and bruises early. I'm currently 18-2, 15 knockouts at this point, and I'm on a non-fight winning streak ever since I got right. And that really started once I took a hiatus from boxing after my divorce. I took about in that loss. I took about a year and a half off. my current manager, Trifon Petrov, he found me off just off the couch. Like he made some calls to a couple big homies of mine and asked if they knew me, and he reached out, got in contact with me, and then boom, that was all she wrote right there. He put the battery in my back to really like take it to where I'm at. So much appreciation to him and my stepfather. My stepfather's my co-manager. So, it's kind of like I got a little family affair going on. I got my stepfather, my co-manager, I got my manager, and I got my father, my biological father is my head coach. And then, what I'm saying, my mother, she handles a lot of my other affairs and stuff. So, it's just all about unity with me. It's a real wolf pack.